want to show you how I'm currently accomplishing this. When I go, neighborhoods is set up as a page with a template of neighborhoods. So here I am at pages. Here I am at neighborhoods. I've set it up with a neighborhoods main page template. That template calls, well, let me go to the custom post type. Here's a custom post type for neighborhoods. And it has all the neighborhoods already created. They're all here. So I go into Adams Morgan, and you'll see that this custom post type has a neighborhood name. This list calls all the neighborhoods names based on whatever value I put in here. It also has a background color, which is why this neighborhood has this background color. It also has a main image, which I just keep using the same ones because the client will enter these later. I don't need to. And that's where this image comes in. Then, as you'll notice, latest news, local events, listings. That's all created here. Latest news will just be a bullet menu. Local events, I'm trying to hook up an RSS feed, but you don't have to worry about that. Listings, it's just going to be generic content. You will also notice that I have content for history, points of interest, and gallery. I've put all the content for every neighborhood together in one post. Then what I do is I just call the gallery part that you just saw in the gallery. I call the history within the history, and I call the points of interest within the points of interest link. Okay, but all of the information is being called from this one post. Okay, the problem I'm having is that when I go to different neighborhoods, like say Chevy Chase, and I go into gallery, it pulls up Adams Morgan. When I go into history, it pulls up Adams Morgan's history. And when I go into points of interest, it pulls up Adams Morgan's points of interest. So what I believe this to be, because each one of these are set up as pages too, with custom templates. So to me, the key is the query within the template. That is what I believe to be the key here. So here I have my pages. If I were to go to gallery, this has a neighborhood gallery template. History and points of interest have the same. So here's what I'm working on in my text editor. So if I were to go to gallery, you'll see that here I'm using an argument calling the post type neighborhood, right? I set up that new query just to hold that argument. But there could be other keys and values that are entered here so that it tells it, hey, but make sure it's from the ID of the neighborhood. I don't know. That's what I don't know. So here it's just setting up the query that if it has the posts of this query, while it has the posts, then just display the gallery portion. The field is a custom function for the advanced custom fields template. This is not a WordPress function. But if you need any understanding of the advanced custom fields function, and I'll show that in another email, you can go to their documentation and understand their field types. They're all right here, all their field types. So they're not that hard. Okay, but this, like, just to let you know as a warning, they don't use the same methods or template tags as WordPress does. They're slightly different. So I'm just calling the gallery portion, which if you go back here, this is the Advanced Custom Fields plugin. These are all the field groups that I've created. So I'll go into neighborhood. And if you see here, you'll see that for history or gallery, here is the slug. Gallery, points of interest, history, listings. So this gallery right here is what I called right here. And that's why it displays what it's displaying right here. But again, the problem was that every neighborhood is displaying the very same gallery, history, etc. I've figured out through creating a neighborhood template and a single neighborhood template that when I link from here, it's calling the right neighborhood and the right template. Okay, and all of them have already been made. I just need to make sure that they call on the right version of them. See, right now, all the neighborhoods call on the same gallery, the same history, the same points of interest of Adams Morgan, which if you look at here in place in neighborhoods, it's the first neighborhood. So naturally it's calling the first neighborhood, but there are so many more neighborhoods here. There's 27. Okay, so that's how I've been approaching it. Now, for places, what I showed you in the other video as to what I'm trying to accomplish, if I go to a list of places, here I've created a places custom post type. Please disregard these other ones because I was just experimenting, but I don't think I need them. I don't think they work. At least these three, I don't think I'm going to need them if you can figure it out. This social icons just controls the hyperlinks for these social icons at the bottom, and then featured places will be for a slideshow that every neighborhood has here at the bottom, where it just displays. Right now it's not working, but it's supposed to call on the images from that custom post type. But I may end up doing everything like I'm doing it here in neighborhoods, where I've included everything inside of the same post type. I may create another custom field that has images for that jQuery slider. I haven't decided yet. Going back to my initial point, if you go into places, you'll see that you can create a place, just add a place. It's very quick and easy, but we'll go into Oxford House. Oxford House here is the name of the place, their banner, about this place, and their listing information. What I had another developer work on was this taxonomy down here. I created this taxonomy for neighborhoods because I thought, well, if I could just click a neighborhood, Adams Morgan, well then when I go to Adams Morgan, it should call that place because it has to be associated with a neighborhood. So, but that didn't work. So essentially this taxonomy here does not work. I should get rid of it. This parent seems to work because you'll notice that it's calling it right here, Adams Morgan, based on the parent. But it's messing up the permalink because it's saying place, Adams Morgan, Oxford House. Adams Morgan is not a place, it's a neighborhood. So this needs to be corrected. Whether this works or not is yet to be determined. I don't know. I don't know if it's the best route. If you feel that it's not, get rid of it. If you feel that it could be used in a different way, like here in the functions, you'll notice that everything from line 91 below is something that was created by another developer. So that's all he did was just this meta box right here. That's all he did. But I don't know if it works, and I don't know if it's working well enough. So you may be able to modify this code or get rid of it. I don't know. So going back to the fact is that I want all my places to be created here. I want to be able to create them all here, but I want some kind of parent association here so I can say, hey, this place belongs to Cleveland Park. So therefore, if I were to go back to my neighborhoods and I were to go to Cleveland Park, I want that neighborhood to show up when I click places here. I want it to show up in its list of places. Obviously, it would have to say Cleveland Park up here. It would have to have the color, but I would want that neighborhood to show up here and not every neighborhood. What's happening right now, I'm sorry, not every place. What's happening now is that every place, if I were to create 10 more places, they would all show up here. And of course, we have the original problem that these are not linking to their appropriate custom post types. That problem is causing another problem, that when I actually click on places, I always go back to Adams Morgan. Okay, so you're always going back to the first neighborhood. That's the problem, as I've already identified. But however, there's another problem, because if I create all the places, they will always populate on every place. I'm hoping that once you fix the first problem, which is every neighborhood will link to its own content and its own list of places, that the other problem will automatically be fixed. Meaning that if I do come in here and I create a place and I put it under Cleveland Park, then it will only show up under the places list of Cleveland Park, not any other neighborhood, because it doesn't belong in another neighborhood. I need to make sure that makes sense to you. So that is my problem right there. And that's how I've gone about creating it. So I'm not going to make the screencast any longer. So that's it. Thank you.